be alone by himself? How did he give him a chance to be alone by himself? So that when you read what the Bible said in Mark chapter 7, just like our brother just read for us, this is how it starts in Mark 7. In Mark 7, it talks about the fact that Jesus, verse 24, he said, from there, Mark 7:24, from there he arose, that's Jesus, and went to the region of Tyre and Sidon, and he entered a house and wanted no one to know it, but it could not be hidden. So it's not that he was just tired. He wanted to go somewhere and rest, but they didn't give him time to rest there because he has to minister to people. So he came to another city, and this city is not part of Israel. This is Sidon, Tyre and Sidon. This is a Gentile town. So he came to a place where I believe nobody will know him. But the Bible said, he could not even hide. A certain woman came to look for him. And if you switch over to Matthew, you will see that in Matthew, the Bible let us know this woman kept following Jesus. In Matthew, the Bible let us know this lady kept following Jesus, and he kept pleading that he should heal his son. In Matthew 15, starting from verse 21, the Bible said, then Jesus went out from there and departed to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came from that region and cried out to him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, son of David. My daughter is severely demon-possessed. But Jesus answered her not a word. And his disciple came and urged him, saying, send her away, for she cried out after us. Let's pause right here. If you have been to Sula Market, you will have an idea of what a marketplace is. At Sula Market, there are so many, especially in summer, there are people passing every second. It's so crowded, but what you need to do is that if you left home with the aim of going there to buy fruits, you go straight to the fruit section and buy the fruits you need. You do not let the noise of the environment distract you from what you want. You face squarely the person you come to deal with when you go to Sula Market. In life, it's exactly the same story. There are so many distractions in life. There are people, this is how one of the intellectuals put it. He says some people wear their emotion on their sleeve and they are looking for opportunity to be offended. There are things that you do to people that trigger them off and you just can't understand why they will fly off the handle that easily. You say, how can such a statement anger you so much that you almost want to kill somebody? Those are people who wear their emotion on their sleeve and they are looking for an opportunity to be offended. One of the ways to survive life is don't make other people's issue your issue. The person who wears emotion on his sleeves and get offended easily, don't let their condemnation of you, their rebuke of you, their statement about you, don't make it your issue. That is their problem. Leave it as their problem. This lady came to Jesus. He was addressing Jesus. He didn't say a word to Peter. He didn't say a word to James. He said, oh, thou son of David, have mercy on me, because my daughter is severely demon-possessed. He addressed the person he wanted to speak to. He wasn't speaking to the disciples, but the disciples took it upon themselves. They said, send this woman away because she cried after us. Who are you? He wasn't talking to them. He was addressing Jesus. But Jesus ignored the lady. But the lady, Jesus did not say to the lady as at this point in Matthew. It is the disciples who are now acting as if they were the one the lady was addressing. And they are asking Jesus to send the lady away. But the Bible let us know. The lady ignored them. Verse 24 said, but he answered and said, Jesus now turned to the lady, I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then she came and worshipped, saying, Lord, help me. I hope you are following the progression. At first, she was pretending. I have said it here before. Don't come to God ever pretending. Don't come to God ever telling God who you are and what you have done for God. Like I said, there are two ladies that Jesus commented about their faith. This lady and the widows of Zarephath. I said we use the lady of Zarephath when we want to teach on giving. When we teach on giving, you will realize that God expects you to give. But the teaching on tithing attach a punishment to it if you don't give. And that is not New Testament. Everything in the New Testament is willing obedience and act of love. Anything that God backs up with a whip, that if you don't do it, this is the consequences you will suffer. Then it's no longer a free will offering. So you will see when we teach on giving. When we deal with that lady on free will, or when we deal with the other lady, when we teach on free will offering and free on giving. But this lady did something. She came to God at first pretending. She's not a Jew. So she's calling Jesus by his Jewish rabbi name. That she's not connected to the Jewish roots. But she's saying, thou son of David, have mercy on me. Don't come to God based on other people's testimony. Come to God based on who you are, knowing that He's a loving God, knowing that He will answer you. But don't memorize other things I've heard about God. When you pray and you pray all this Latin prayer, thou, O Lord of heaven, God understands your language. Just go to God. Speak your normal language. She was pretending because she was not Jewish yet. But referring to him by his Jewish name. The blind man on the road to Jericho called him thou son of David. And Jesus came to attention. Because he was a Jewish man who understands what he was saying. But this is a Gentile lady who has no idea except that this is a Messiah sent to the Jewish people. So Jesus ignored her when she was calling him by a name she has no revelation about. But when Jesus now turned and indirectly correct her that I was sent only to the lost sheep of the land of Israel as at this point in my mission, the lady now responded. And the Bible said she came and worshipped him. What did she do there? Maybe, I'm not, there's no maybe. She must have fell at his feet, grabbed his ankle, and declared that, Lord, help me. That is a very normal term. He is the Lord. Now he's not claiming some inside information. He's calling him by his generic title, Lord, Master. Instead of pretending as if it's a Jewish woman who knows him intimately. Now she's being real. Lord, help me. And Jesus responded. We're in Matthew 15 verse 25 now. 26. But he answered and said, it is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs. And the lady said, yes, Lord. Yet even the little dog eat the crumb which fall from their master's table. Remember I told you that it is not your IQ that determines either you succeed or fail in life. It is your EQ, your emotional content. How emotionally stable are you? At first, it seemed the disciple insulted her. They said, Master, send this woman away because she cried after us. She ignored them because she didn't come to deal with them. Now, it seems Jesus himself insulted her by referring to her as a dog. There are all kinds of teaching on the fact that the dog was referring to their lap dog. You know, this little chihuahua that rich people carry on their lap when they are on the dining table. They eat and then they feed the dog. Whatever the explanation is, a dog is still a dog. Jesus said, it is not our place to give the children bread to the dog. Let's quickly unpack that information. When we come to Jesus, the reason we should come to a church is because we come to learn. Any church that does anything different, I don't care what the church does, prophecy, prayer and everything, those should be secondary. The main objective of a church is to teach the word of God. Everywhere Jesus goes, he teaches, then he heals. Jesus is telling us something profound here. This woman came not for bread. This woman came for healing. Am I right? Now, Jesus